What's up, everybody? Good morning. Although it's evening here. In fact, we've got almost a full moon, so that means this weekend at Stubborn America it's gonna be a full moon. Let the shenanigans begin. There will be a lot of motorcycles, a lot of partying, a lot of whiskey, a lot of beer. This should be interesting. Anyway, today's episode, episode 302, I think it is. I've already lost count, and I just passed 300. Anyway, today's episode. So, a memory popped up today. By the way, it's our last day here in Monette. I'm trying to find a place to put the damn camera because it wasn't sitting on the concrete right. But anyway, today is our last day here in Missouri. Last day hanging out with my sister till probably next April, because that's when we'll come back out of Florida again. That's my birthday month. That's Kim's birthday month. Our birthdays are on the same day, so we usually celebrate our birthday right after spring fling together. So we'll see if that happens again this next year. But anywho, back to the subject at hand. This weekend we're going to the Stubborn America rally, but my memory on Facebook popped up today, and my memory of this day last year was Angie and I not knowing. So there was a big hurricane, Hurricane Ian, however you want to say that, was headed to Florida, and as a matter of fact, it was aiming for where we lived. And so we were here. Our kids were in Florida with Grandma and Grandpa, kind of in the path of the storm. We didn't know how bad it would be, but they were saying like a 3, and then it became a 4, and then it almost became a 5. Like when it landed, I want to say it was like 2 mile an hour under a 5, or 5 mile an hour. It was really close to a Category 5 hurricane that hit our home in our area last year. So we were literally here at Linda's house, like, are we going to continue the rest of our trip, which would have included going to Stubborn America and the Barber Motorsports Festival, which is next weekend. We were supposed to hit both of those, and it ended up we hit neither one of them because the hurricane did. The hurricane hit Florida, and hit Florida hard. I mean, it covered like 200 plus miles up the coast of Florida, and it did devastation. I mean, everybody saw like Fort Myers and Fort Myers Beach and Sanibel Island, and those are the ones that all made the news. But I mean, it literally went right over the top of my house, I did, and all through my neighborhood there are still blue tarped roofs. Like, people haven't gotten their roofs fixed in a year. There was lines of people waiting to get the roof done. We were very fortunate, right? We had just had a roof put on in July, so it didn't leak. We lost our fence. We lost some soffit, which you guys, if you watch my daily, you watched us get that fixed before we left. So, I mean, ultimately, really not that big a deal for us. But we were here in Missouri going, what do we do? How do we help? What can we do? We're here. So we ended up leaving my bike here in my sister's garage, and the Castles, you saw them at Lake of the Ozarks a couple weeks ago, but the Castles from Castle Automotive in Shell Knob, they are also U-Haul dealers, so they were able to get us a 26-foot U-Haul, and then all of our fans from all over the world donated money. We raised about $10,000, and we went shopping. I still have some videos. You can probably find them on YouTube here somewhere. We went to Walmart and loaded up pallets of water. The Walmart people were helping us get stuff that you could eat, right? Because there was no power down there. So, we had to get, of course, water, but we also needed like food and gas. Like, we bought all the gas cans we could get our hands on, and somewhere, I think it was in Alabama, we stopped and filled them up, but we took all these gas cans down there full of gas. And then for a week, we took and distributed this $10,000 worth of supplies. We had generators, we had chainsaws, we had food, water, barbecue grills. We bought some barbecue grills so that people that didn't have power could fire up a barbecue grill, along with charcoal, the whole 9 yards. They also got us a trailer, so we hauled Angie's bike back. So we took one bike back, the 26-foot U-Haul. We literally, like, decided to do this on Wednesday, and by Friday you guys had donated the $10,000 and we were shopping. I think by Saturday we were leaving, and we drove straight through 24, overnight. Next morning we landed in Florida and started distributing out everything and just, weighing the situation. We were super blessed because there wasn't really much damage to our house. We just didn't have any power, so that wasn't that big a deal. So we literally spent the next week out running around helping people in the neighborhood. Some of these little neighborhoods were, they were decimated, especially some of the little modular homes, and there's quite a few of those in Florida, like these 55 and older communities. You would drive up and down the road and there were just stacks of sheet metal along the road where it had just destroyed these little communities. And we went into some of those communities, and these people, they weren't going out for gas because there wasn't gas, and there was lines and there was no power, so they couldn't get gas. So what we'd do is we'd take I think we had 25 or 30 jugs of gasoline. We would take ours and ask them if they had one. If they had one, we would take and transfer from ours to theirs. That would give us the ability to go refill again, and then fill up somebody else's gas can. Lots of saltine crackers, lots of water. It was just like a crazy time. It was really cool to see the community coming together and helping each other, because we went to one place and Angie went in the house and you could see the water line was up to her neck. That's how full the house was, full of water. And so there was lots of flooding, there was lots of wind damage. It was a Category 4 hurricane, and it was a crazy time, but we were able to help support all of these people, all because of you guys, right? All we were kind of the instrument, the tool to get from point A to point B. But you guys, you guys came out big time with all of the donations and all of the help to get us all the supplies to take down there. And thinking back, I want to thank you guys. I'm sure I thanked you then, but if you were part of that, thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of our community, and when we find something going on, we thank you for all your support, because it means the world to us and to all the other people that we can help out there. So anyway, that's today's video, just because it popped up in a memory. It was it was like a big impact on last year around this time, and I just was kind of thinking back to it, and how lucky we are that all of you were around to help all of these people out. So anywho, tomorrow morning we get up. We got about 5 hours of riding tomorrow, throw in a couple stops, probably 6-7 hours, and we'll be at the campground. So we will see you tomorrow, and you can go riding with us. See you soon.